So today I want to talk all about how to support and hold the mandolin. But before I get to that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the design of the mandolin and things that we should do and should not do when holding the instrument. So what I mean by that is the back of any mandolin contributes greatly to the tone and the overall sound of the instrument. So whether it happens to be a curved back one like this, or it's a flat backed one like that, the resonance or the way that the back of the instrument vibrates is key to the tone. And we don't want to interfere with that when we're holding our instrument. So let me give you a quick demonstration and hopefully you see what I'm talking about. So when I'm kind of playing my mandolin, strumming away, sounds good, sounds nice and warm and all that kind of great stuff. But check this out. I'm just going to kind of strum this G chord here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring the mandolin into my body. So I'm actually going to be touching the back and I'll bring it back out. And I'll do that a couple of times and see what you notice. So here we go. Did you hear that? It's subtle and not so subtle at the same time. So what's going on is when my body touched the back of the mandolin, I was interfering with the way that it was vibrating and drastically changed the tone. So it went from a warmer tone to a slightly more thinned out kind of tone. And here, I'll just demonstrate real quick on this one, which is a flat backed. Sorry, it's tuned a little lower than the other one, but you get the idea. So it's quite dramatic. Quite dramatic on the flat-backed one, right? Because it's like totally pushing against my body. The other one's curved a little bit, so just like that part was touching. Right, so what do? Well, we want to hold the instrument in such a way that we don't interfere with the vibration of the back. And for now, I'm going to talk about the seated position with the mandolin, because you'll probably be doing that most of the time anyhow. And I'll talk about the strap a little later in the video. So something I recommend you get is a chair with no arms. That's a decent height where your legs aren't angled too much and are fairly flat as can be. If you don't have that, if you have one with arms, just make sure that they're not kind of forcing you to do some weird stuff. Now the instrument, of course, is quite small and will want to just kind of like, fall around on you and do all that kind of great stuff. Now, so something that I recommend doing, or the posture that I recommend doing, is somehow get your left leg a little bit higher than your right leg. And what I'm using right now is one of these guys. This is a classical guitar footstool that you can get at pretty much any music store or buy online kind of thing. You could use like some old books or something, or just kind of hunt around your house for something to place your foot on to get it a little bit of height. Now you can also cross your legs if you're comfortable doing that. That'll give you the same kind of effect. Okay, so now my leg is raised up a little bit. So what I'm doing is, so this is the F style. I'm just kind of placing it like so. And if we see the overhead here, what I'm doing is I'm creating a little bit of space between my body and my instrument. Now, not too far, because you do need to have this hand to do stuff, right? But sort of like that. So whatever that angle is. And here I am with the A style, same kind of idea. Okay, now with my leg raised, so whether it be on the stool or crossed like so, I am using my other arm here, and I'm kind of right about here, holding the mandolin like this. And you notice that it's on a little bit of an angle. I'm not too extreme like so, or down flat like this, kind of like so. Same thing with the A style, with a bit of an angle, same kind of idea, supporting it over here. If you can, try not to hold the mandolin up with this hand here. I know it's very tempting, especially if it wants to kind of move this way or that way on you. If it does move or is moving, you may be putting too much pressure with this hand, sending it off like so. Now, something that I love to use, and many mandolin players love to use, is this thing right here. You may have seen this before. This is called a tone guard. Now, I don't work for Tone Guard or endorse them in any way. Well, I mean, I endorse them as I think they're great. This invention right here goes on the back of the mandolin. It's got like these little pads, and it's like a steel cage almost that goes on the back and just kind of fits on like so. And what this does is this gives me some space. So I can actually put this up against my body and not have to worry about affecting the tone. So check it out. So here I am playing away. Makes no difference. So that's a wonderful little invention. They're not like crazy expensive. They're not cheap either, but I mean, I've had this one for, I don't know, I want to say 15 years, and it's like almost like it was when I first bought it brand new. All right, so I took the tone guard off, and I've got the strap on my F-style mandolin here. And as you can see from the top view, this is a bit of a problem because with the strap, it automatically pushes up against my body, dampening the back of the instrument, which is what we don't want to do. So this can be a bit of a problem. So what we need to do is with the same arm, is just kind of use that along with the strap to kind of give us some space there. Right? So I don't kind of choke that off. Now, I've seen lots of bluegrass players holding their mandolin over like this arm, over their right arm instead, and kind of holding it to the side. That's not a style thing. That's to do with not touching the back of the instrument. So that's what that's all about. So there you go, just a quick little video on how to hold and support this instrument properly and not sacrifice your tone. I hope that helps. I'm Sean Trotter. We'll see you next time.